fellow flat earth researchers, debaters and debunkers. Just hanging out at the very quaint coffee shop here. Very, very good coffee. I'll show you that. Show you the coffee there. Very nice, very nice. How you all doing? Let's turn this around a second. Wonderful view of the street. There you go, they're fixing the, putting some internet wires in over there. Lovely, lovely shop here, really nice. They've done a Japanese style, but the coffee is absolutely superb. Very, very strong coffee. So superb. Hi. Once again, it's difficult to see the who's coming in on chat. So good evening, everyone. Just a quickie, really. Just talking about the whole, this misconception that flat Earth is some kind of fight or contest of wits, or a two-sided, one side, this side debate kind of thing. Of course, that's what you see from these anti-flat Earth channels. Is they are under the impression that it's a fight for popularity. It's a popularity contest as far as they're concerned. And they're whether it's subs or likes and dislikes and what have you. And they approach it as something that has got to be a battle that's got to be won. So of course, instead of being truthful or scientific or pragmatic about everything, they end up being just saying or doing anything to try and belittle people, to put you down, to anything but science. It's so funny. And it is, and I was noticing on quite a few channels recently that because I just put in Phuket word and looked down for the past week, and there's it's about 10 anti-Phuket word videos. Oh, it's quite funny. So obviously it's working. They're obviously in defense mode, and of course you look through the comments and they're all patting each other on the back, but also at the same time they're saying, I never subscribe to flat earth channels, I never go and listen to them, I never watch them. So all these guys are doing is watching the hit piece videos made about flat earthers, and taking these edited and soundbite clips and these piss-taking videos as their gospel, without doing any of their own research. They point blank refuse to listen, to think, to watch anything that truth seekers are saying, or anyone who is going against or questioning the globe belief. So they remain one-sided. They remain in this state of hate, and so that's fine by me, because it just tells us exactly where they're coming from. Let me just say hi to everyone. Okay, good servant, hi. Tom Budas, hi. Whale of Belief, hey, how you doing, man? John Mama, beautiful flat earthers. All right, Tom, yeah. Execrate 200, nice one. And Andrew Calvert, hi. Evening. Okay, it's kind of still the morning for me here. So it's not much of a view. I'm just on this street in Phuket here. Maybe I should take a walk and show you around, but I'm just here to get some translations done, and so I thought I'd have a coffee while I was waiting. Here we are. Have some too. Have some coffee. There you go. Oh, it's lovely. Yeah. See, mashed up. So yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? And to be honest, flat Earth is just one of these things that comes about on the journey, the quest that many of us are undertaking to find out what this place is and who we are. And of course, what someone pointed out to me the other day, that it is an investigation into psychology, and that's exactly what it is, because one thing you have with all these globe defenders is they fail to think about, they fail to realize, they fail to see how the eyes work. they talk about perspective and all that stuff. So, and they're just poo-pooing any observation, and they're not understanding how the eyes work. They don't understand. They refuse to accept perspective as being part of any observation, whereas perspective governs all observations. And as we all know, perspective is the imaginary curve. Our sphere of perspective has been converted into an imaginary curved Earth. The way we see horizons and everything, the way horizons do dictate where eye level is and all that jazz. So it's quite amazing, because these people refuse to even consider the mechanics of making an observation, how the eyes work. You tell them that horizons are created in the eyes, and the eyes are spherical, and we have convex lenses, and they just laugh like it's ridiculous to consider that you need to use the eyes to make an observation. It's absolutely insane. They do not even take that into consideration. For example, the fact that I'm using a camera here now to film this is kind of, they refuse to acknowledge the fact that you need to use a camera to make this observation. It's absolute. So of course, when it comes to looking into who we are, what we are, how we think, how we formulate beliefs and cultures and all that stuff, of course, you have to be able to look at yourself from an external perspective. You have to consider how the mind works, how we become involved in certain beliefs or entrenched in certain beliefs. This is all part of the thought process that we go through when we start looking into who we are and where we are. And that's when we realize that we've been duped into believing this spinning globe Earth model and replacing that with our reality, when all you really have to do to debunk that is to just look around you and consider how we see things, how we see the world around us. Yeah, that's the. Maybe get the camera on this guy over here who's making wicker baskets. Maybe a bit more interesting than watching the road. So this is the thing. These trolls and anti-flat earthers, I think some of them get it and they fear it, but for a large part, it seems that because they refuse point blank they close their eyes and ears to it, they're refusing to listen to it or think about it, they never get to that point of actually contemplating the whole thing, contemplating what it is to be an observer of oneself. I've kind of talked about this with how animals, certain animals, do not recognize their own reflection in a mirror, whereas other animals with a certain degree of intelligence will recognize that they are seeing themselves in a mirror rather than seeing another animal. So again, all these guys have got to do, all these trolls and haters, all they've got to do is hold up a mirror to themselves and see what we see is this fear, this refusal to look, and laughing at something that they don't understand because they've never thought about it. Yeah. All right, I've got a lot going on in the chat here. Hang on, let's see what you're all saying. Joe's saying, I just returned from a week in Bali and then a week in Singapore. Amazing places, and I'm back in Los Angeles. Wow, must be a culture shock to be back in LA, huh? And Execrate says, what kind of weird street is that, Nick? It looks like it slopes and gets real tiny. Oh, it's all CGI. Yeah, it is actually sloping. Yes, you see, you can trust your senses. This is a sloping street, yeah? We can tell when we see a slope and a curve. You don't need theodolites to know that. Okay. Joe says, the talk about ships disappearing at the 3-mile horizon, but when they look left and right. Yeah, absolutely. Not just again, we've got it's always these compartmental. Oh, okay, we lost the connection there. Hope you're back, yeah. The only reason that we eventually arrive at the realization that we're not on a spinning ball is because we're able to consider and compare and then realize that there are many
contradictions in the model that do not fit with reality, whether it's the Coriolis effect, assumed Coriolis, and the spin, and what have you, all that stuff that doesn't correlate, doesn't match up as a complete model. Yeah. So what's this one? Execrate says YouTube offers pretty good rewards for any who want to just simple repeat and mock easy money. Yeah, because they perpetuate this dichotomy, which of course we all see as being the way the world works. They perpetuate false dichotomies in politics, in everything, news. It's all, oh dear, it's everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Oh, hi, FPV Angel. Imbeciles often confuse thoughts and waves as... Oh, troughs and waves as curvature. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So, it is very frustrating, but it's also very telling, isn't it? When these guys, all they can do is come up with hit pieces. I mean, if they really had science on their side, then that's all they would do, is just produce the science, and everything would be a done deal. But you see, I think, at the very, very least, someone who wants to claim that they have intelligence and detachment could at least at the very least say, okay, well, I can perceive both models. I can perceive a globe model going around the sun. I can perceive a geocentric model. I can perceive this or that or the other model. And minds, and without any attachment to them. Yeah. So, yeah. It's, for me personally, it's been about 5 years now, and but of course, I think for many of us, all this truth-seeking and observation. What a powerful thing that was, because we've all noticed these things. We've all seen how people will just follow pomp. They will believe in the hype, and they will go with it, and they will follow the crowd, and they will be the sheep, while us lot are usually the guys that are kind of standing on the sidelines, watching it all go on, and kind of analysing it, and analysing our own participation or lack of in it, in whatever might be going on in some kind of culture or group or something. Whereas I suppose for the most part, many people just get carried away with the group culture, and don't even consider their own part or place in it. It takes some thought and effort to confront, or to even start considering that. And that's the difference. That's the difference that's plain for anyone to see. So, I've banned people for just being idiots and just, it's because it's impossible to talk to them on a level. I'm more interested in people that, constructive criticism is fine. Let's debate things that go way beyond the realization. Excellent thing the other day. My neighbor came to me. I got a foreigner living next door to me. We've been living next door to each other for about a year or so, and he came to me the other day and said, "Your Phuket word." It's like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, here we go. But no, he said 2 years ago he had a friend of his say, "Oh, you live in Phuket, you got to go and find Phuket words." Here we is. Turns out we're neighbours. So he's been studying all this. He's gone all the way through that. He's a doctor of what would you call it? Alternative medicines. He does acupuncture and stuff like that. So my wife's had a few sessions with him anyway. He's great. And he's from Canada, but his current focus is the solar minimum and the cycles of the sun. That's the cycles that they've recorded over the centuries or millennia, and they're looking at and this is all connected to Agenda 21, etc. So he. Oops. see that it's going to happen at a certain point. Of course, this is something that the elite seem to know, the Catholic Church, etc. These people in the know, they know of these cycles, and they know that there are the resets. So this guy is great. My neighbor knows Martin Lidke and Flat Earth British and all that. And so this is great. We obviously got connected, and so he's sent me some excellent information on these solar cycles. So I think it's very important. It's another aspect of this whole how we can prepare. Well, that doesn't mean we have to turn into preppers, but just prepare for all that. So hang on, let me just have a look through the chat again. Phuket, who's this from? Henry. Phuket word I have followed. Oh gosh, I've lost it. Hang on, it's gone away. Oops, sorry. Okay, it says I have followed you for a long time. I am convinced your flat Earth issue is part of delusion disorder. You should try to stay off YouTube. It only increases your faithful. Well, what are you doing here then, huh? Why are you following me? You've just got morbid curiosity as you watch the globe die. You just can't handle it. That's your problem. Flat Earth is not a belief, it's a knowing. Absolutely, Andrew. Arts of Mars. Anyone in the know needs to get out now. They are planning how to round us up. Do not follow the what's that? Do not follow the multitudes. Yeah, but I think that's okay because we're fine. When you realize all this, you become you do enter a different frequency. You are literally in another world to yourself, your past. You can shed that fear. You can move forward in a way that is new. It's a new direction. Do not fear their Agenda 21 and all that stuff. Awareness is good enough, but don't get caught up in that because you don't have to worry. If we are awake, we are not going to be a part of it. We're not going to get tangled up with the masses. We're not going to get rounded up because we'll have already avoided. That's what they're so concerned about. So, okay, well, the stream's cutting in and out. Let me just quickly try to go through this a minute. Sorry, it's... the spinning ball is delusional. FPV Angel said the pole shift event is decoded in our end times. One video, the solar minimum is the start of it. Okay, great. Okay, important info for 2020. All right, nice one, FPV. We'll look into that some more. Execrate seems having a thought or concept utterly locked down in one's mind as unquestionable makes it impossible to even entertain thoughts that may discipline. Yes, it is about discipline. It's just like giving up smoking or something, which I've done, by the way. For the past 2 weeks, I haven't smoked. I've given up smoking, and it's just one of those things. You've got to do at some point. FPV Angel, mud floods and other stuff decoded over end times 2 video. Okay, nice one. Good to have something to go and look at there. We know by now that it's pointless have a look at this coffee shop. It's nice and chilling, isn't it? We know it's pointless to even get them to even contemplate. They're not interested in even proper debate. Even they're just interested in hate. And again, I suppose I titled this "The Fight" because ultimately, what is the fight? It's not a fight amongst each other. It's a fight with our own ego. And this is a mission for any one of us. Any single one of us is to fight with our ego. And to me, the whole mission in life is to defeat the ego, punch it down. Every time it raises its ugly head, you slap it down. That's what the fight is, and we have to train our minds to do that. And of course, you can't even get to that point of realizing that the ego is in charge of your thoughts and mind. By the way, Orb's Realm, go and watch his stuff. Excellent, because of course this whole thing is again, mainstream science or they think that thoughts and everything like that, and it's all about in the brain. They consider the mind as being in the brain. It's not. The brain is just it just seems to be, the kind of like the processor, but the thoughts, the energy, the divinity, intuition is all part of the universal energy that we're connected to. It's in us, it's outside of us, and it seems that it's a lot to do with water as well. Water is the carrier of information. Science is finding this out now. So please go and watch a video that Orbs Realm put up recently about this, about the science of it, because here we have the scientific community building computers and finding out that water stores information, much more information than any microchip has ever done. But it's because the information is not only being stored in droplets of water, but it's because it's all connected. The water is connected. So the water everywhere, above, below. We're made of water, and it's all, it's all connected in that sense. So, we are all connected. We are connected to the earth. And of course, this is the thing. The globe and the heliocentric Big Bang model completely disconnects us from that. So again, when it comes to being connected, because you've beaten down the ego and all that, and you've allowed the body and the mind and the spirit to connect as one, the three worlds, as it were, they come together, then everything works out. You do take on this new direction. You do end up existing on a different frequency in a different place to those who are bogged down in hate and the fight mentality. So really we have to surrender. We surrender to the inevitable. We surrender to the way things are and the path that we are on. And again, fight the ego when it tells us to be proud, or to be angry, or to be mean, or to be nasty, or to be better, to think that one is better than the other. I mean, when it's funny, isn't it, when you got these globers saying that it's like people fighting about my God's better than your God. It's like this kind of this battle between religions. Whereas, here, for example, what's really nice about Thailand and this mentality here is that live and let live. You can be any religion you like. They're not going to get in your face about it, But of course, in the West, for example, you might have a certain group of people that want to get out on the streets and make it known that they believe this or they believe that. And then, of course, you'll also have the anti-protesters that feel that they've got to go against all that. And you just end up with this dichotomy, rather than people just living and letting live. It's okay, you're a Muslim, I'm a Christian, you're a Hindu, and okay, cool, you go to this church, I go to that church, I wear this, you wear that, but ultimately at the end of the day we're all people, we're all humans on our independent journeys, and there is absolutely no need to be getting on each other's cases about belief. But of course, it's the whole idea here is to be detached from beliefs. So this is the thing, you can still be you can kind of be in a religious culture. You might have been raised in a certain culture that is attached to a certain religion, but you still have the freedom of choice of just not getting your knickers in a twist about certain things or certain behaviors or certain traits of other people. It's all levels of attachment. So of course, if we can be detached, from all these material ideas and concepts, then you win. You win because you win by surrendering. You win by not fighting others but fighting the ego. That's how we win. And this is it. Us flat earthers per se are not. We don't think we're special or anything like that. It's just that we've noticed stuff and we're trying to help people. Getting people to believe in a ball again doesn't help anything. But asking people to consider how we've become attached to certain beliefs and just put aside attachments is surely a good thing to not, you don't say to someone, you're not allowed to believe in that, you must believe in this instead. Rather to say, well, these are all these different beliefs and they're all okay, but ultimately try not to be attached to any particular belief, and then you can make progress. Yeah? Oops, sorry. Artsamar says, what I mean is multitudes will just keep getting more and more debased. I think so, yes, especially if they just carry on listening to the mainstream media and the politics. Absolutely. Okay. Arts of Mars says again, it's amazing how the golden age seems closer than ever, and so it's that worse than ever. Oh yes, because it will, that you eventually get that cleave, that split. Yeah, for sure. The them and us, definitely. Yeah. John's saying, mind control yourself, Nick. Okay. Apparently FEers are crazy, lol, but we know something they don't. Yes, that's right. Water does not answer to theories. Yeah, nice. Oh, Negatrox is here. Okay, yes, we know we are winning. Yes, we are. Otherwise, they wouldn't be fighting it. Okay, have to go FP Angel. Good. Okay. Chris, hi. Flat Earth changed my life in so many ways. It woke me up from the prison. Yes, absolutely. You do, because you do take on another direction, don't you? You go on another path. You literally enter another frequency. Yeah? So, all right. Okay. Hey, listen, guys, I've got to wrap it up. Really appreciate you coming along. It's been great to share this. And thank you. Darn. Okay, it says, I don't trust the journal that I'm here right now in the lab. Why can we understand multiple models and inquire for the truth openly? Excellently said. All right. Oh, yeah, gotta go. Oh, okay, who's that saying, no, don't go. All right, well, have a little catch up. Okay. All right, no, I got to go. So thank you so much for coming along. We'll catch up very soon. It's lovely to be sharing this and appreciate all the encouragement as we kind of collectively take this journey of discovery. And so do not be held back by people who wish to dig their heels in and stay in a rut. Lead them to it. If they want to just, it's like people running after a bus. So yeah. All right, man. Everyone, take it easy. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll speak soon. All right. Cheerio for now.